Hey there, Beauty Besties. Happy Friday. Technically, it's Saturday. It is about 1 o'clock in the morning here. So probably when you see this video, it will be Saturday because it is Saturday. Anyway, guys, we have something super fun. But before we get into that, we have to do some inspirational business here, guys. And I do apologize in advance. There is a very emotionally needy cat circling my chair like a shark right now. So he may or may not decide to join us for today's show. Just letting you know ahead of time. He might. He's staring at me right now. Hi, Bobo. Yeah, you're a pretty boy. Okay, let's get into our card. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. And Danny just joined us because she would have to agree with this, that this is so true. Isn't it, Danny? Hi, baby. Everybody's in here with Mama all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I have many emotional support Furbies. Okay, guys, so let's get into this now. I'm going to have to... Okay, Mama, go lay down. Go lay down. I have to be honest. Y'all can see I opened it. Okay, so I'm going to be honest, guys. I actually got this last week. And I was asked to not open it until the 7th, which is technically yesterday. But so it sat on my desk for a couple days. And listen, friends, I'm only human, okay? I'm only human. This is one of my favorite bead boxes out there. So I just had to take a peek. And also, I might have had a little peer pressure and might have had to send a picture of the theme to somebody. I'm not going to say who, because I have enough shame for the both of us. And then, hold on, friends. I know right now you're saying, it's okay, Call. It's fine. You are only human. I didn't look at the inside of the box. I just looked at the card. But before you forgive me, just know I also watched Jody's unboxing too. So I already know what's in the box. There, I said it, guys. I spoiled myself. But that's okay. I haven't actually touched the beads. So it's not technically, a whole complete spoiling. Anyway, friends, what you need to know about this box is this is the Magical Mystery Bead Box from Jessie James Beads. And this is a monthly curated box, you guys. They always have the best curations. Jessie James spends so much time and effort into their themes, you guys. So the themes are always curated to something just amazing. From the beads to the artwork to the packaging, it's just 100% always going to be an adventure. That's what I like to call this box. And I believe it was our beautiful friend Amber that had said something to that fact about this is always an adventure. I believe Maisha said something like that too. And I wish I could remember exactly what she said. But this is, like I said, it's like opening up a whole adventure. So I believe it is $49.99 a month. But if you sign up for like a 3 or a 6 or a whole year, if you do the prepaid, it is a lot cheaper. So without further ado, let's break into this, guys. And like I said, I do know what the theme is. I'm still going to act like we don't know. So I'm going to flash the card out real quick. You guys ready? If you haven't seen it already. Pow! Ancient Egypt, my friends. Ancient Egypt. What? I love this for us. All right, guys, let's do a little flasharoonie of inside the box. You guys, are you seeing all of those magical colors? I mean, it is the Magical Mystery Bead Box. This is gorgeous. We have some bead mixes. We have some... Now, see, now that I'm getting my hands on it, this is the first time I've got my hands on it. I'm super excited. So let me bring in a super fancy palette here. It's also magical. And there it is. Such great timing, Call. I know. All right, let's pull you down a little bit so we are under the lights and we're going to see all of these amazing colors. It's going to be a journey for our eyeballs, my friends. Hold on. I'm feeling like this is this good? Okay, there we go. We're going to go ahead. Oh, and so also I want to tell you that if you scan the code, which I'm not going to show you because you know, you have to be a member, I think. You can access a tutorial. Now, I don't know who the QR code artist is this month. I'm not really sure. I know it's not Jennifer or Stacy because I asked them and they said it wasn't them. But you'll get a bonus tutorial if you scan that. So here is our, look, all of our, look, King Tut. We have the Nefertiti strand, Gift of the Nile mix. See what I'm saying, guys? They put like so much effort into everything. Just their themes, the names that they name everything, the packaging. It's just always absolutely amazing. So there we are. So I'm actually going to have to flip this over so we can read what's in here. So first, guys, we are going to look at some strands. So let's first look at the lapis blue glass bead strand. Lapis blue glass bead strand. Here it is. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Excuse all the crinkling too, friends. I do apologize. But they put them in these little bags here, and I'm trying to like free it from its sarcophagus. I know I didn't say that right, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. Look at these. Look at these. So full disclosure, I just want to see something on my wrist. I'm pretty sure we're going to make a bracelet today with these. Because, oh my goodness, when I was watching Jody's unboxing, she said something about, ooh, could you imagine them as a bracelet? And Kyle was like, oh, yeah, I can. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, pretty sure we're going to use that in our project today. Next, we're going to look at the King Tut designer strand. King Tut. Oh, man. This is a serious bead strand, y'all. Look at that. That is a whole work of art. Look at that. Jesse James, I don't know who puts your bead strands together, but they do a fabulous job. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we have some of these. Ooh, look at those window beads. And then we've got some of these little pineapple. Now listen, you can see it's like a cap there, but then it has this little pineapple stuff here. Is it stacked? No, that's one piece. That's kind of looks like a lotus flower. Now listen, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to put this on a necklace, and you know, I don't think that would be very comfortable. So maybe earrings for those, but those aren't my favorite. They are a little bit sharp. They're a little bit sharp, but they're pretty. That's pretty. I just don't know if I want that next to my throat. But let's look at this bead. That is a beaded bead, kind of. Like, that's so cool. There are these little, look at that. And they make that into a beaded bead. That's fascinating. Look at that one. You see those swirlies? Ooh, and then here we go with one of those octagon, hectagon. I never know which one it is. We've got some little smooth spacers in between. Then we have another one of these pineapples. And we've got, oh, look, there's a little metal bead in there. Was there one in there too? There was. Call just went right past it. Sorry about that, little buddy. And we have another one of those. We've got 3 of those. And it just repeats itself. That's gorgeous. Excuse me one second. Alrighty, sorry guys, I had to cough. All right, next we're going to look at the Nefertiti, and since I took a break, I did take her out of her packaging. Here's the Nefertiti strand, and I have to tell you guys, in Jody's unboxing, I was like, oh, that's such a pretty strand, but having it in my hands right now, this is a gorgeous strand. So we have some lapis hishis up here. Then we have some looks like some crystal rondelles. And then we have some sort of stone hishis, probably maybe a halite or a magnesite, probably magnesite. These are interesting because they kind of look like rainbow jasper. Or they look very, you see that? They look very stone-like in there. I hope we're focusing. And then it repeats, and we have some more of those stone beads, some more of those lapis. That is just gorgeous. And again, my friends, sorry about that. What just a gorgeous bracelet. And I think this is what we're going to do. I might just make this into a bracelet. I know it's not very, it's just so pretty. Do you see how pretty that is? Or maybe I'll just make it into the front part of a necklace. But it's like so perfectly, Like, this is what I would do this on purpose, right? I would do something like this and be like, oh yeah, this is good. It's already done for us. I feel like it's kind of cheating, but at the same time, I feel like it's also appreciating somebody else's design efforts. So thank you, whoever puts these strands together. All right, guys, next we're going to get into some bead mixes. Oh, I forgot to get my little cloud. Oh, also, guys, I have to do a PSA real quick because I forgot in the beginning of the video. This earring that I just made in my other video with a different box, I absolutely, look what happened. That little piece of glass, I discovered it when I was posing it for its photograph. So guys, just be very, very careful with these lampwork leaves because they are fragile. So what I figured out happened was I did at one point accidentally drop it when I was undoing a jump ring, and I think when that happened, it broke. And then I think when I picked it up, that little piece of glass was probably stuck in one of the jump ring loops, and then it just came out, and pretty sure that's what happened. So guys, just word to the wise, I would not put those leaves in a bracelet because bracelets tend to hit a lot of things and they will definitely break on you. I'm just going to order another pair when they go on sale and we'll fix it. No problems. Okay, so we got our little cloud cutter because y'all know JJB like to tape for her protection. So first we're going to look at the Gift of the Nile bead mix. Ooh, this one's so pretty. Oh, and it's heavy, you guys. It's so heavy. I'm going to take this off camera because I honestly don't have enough money to pay your therapy bill for the next 17 months. So I'm just going to, I'm just saying, guys. I just call it like I sees it. All right, let's see if we cracked the seal. Oh, we did. That was a good one. Yeah, this one is bursting. That's a good mix. I love JJB bead mixes. They're the best. Let's just go ahead and blow some of that some of that cat dust out. Okay, there we go. Everybody calm down. Ooh, look at these. Ooh, I want to play with these so bad. Oh, look at this, you guys. Okay, we've got a lot to look at, so I'm just going to put this down. And look at all of these, they're like little tags or blanks or something. And I wonder if we can do an impress art or if we can hammer these. I kind of want to make hammered earrings with those as well. Maybe we'll make those in a bracelet. So we got a whole mess of those. And we have some gold stone here. Look how pretty that is. So this is a man-made gemstone. It's technically a glass. But it's just so pretty. I don't care. I don't care who made it. It's beautiful. Oh, look at these. We have a bunch of these octagon crystals. Look, I love those. JJB has the best crystals too. And these are glass crystals. They're not, they're just glass. I just call them crystals. They're glass crystals, friends. That's what they are. Okay. That's a beautiful color. Oh, and we have some bow ties. I don't know if that's the official name, but they look like little bow ties and they're drilled through the length. They're so pretty. I love those in that really light minty color. Ooh, we've got some of these like bicones in this capri blue, this capri like almost tealish blue. Those are beautiful. We have some of these are like these glass beads that have the gold like electroplating that kind of makes them look like they're framed. There's your hole. Those are beautiful. Look at that color. Oh, so pretty. We've got some, oh, look at these guys. We've got some disco AB plated. Look at all those facets in that plating. Those are fun. It's like a half plating, it looks like. Those are always super fun. We got just a whole, and there's a lot of everything except for there's a pair of those. Oh, we have some bead caps. I almost missed these. Oh, these two. Oh, look how pretty that is. So that's clay. That's clay that they kind of put around this this metal bead here. They inlay that. That's really cool. And it's very Egyptian looking in my opinion. And then we have these little caps. These are really cute with tassels if you're going to do like a little chain or a fabric tassel. And I also saw, yeah, here they are. Oh, there's little daisy spacers in here too, guys. They're little, so they kind of stuck to the bottom. We have some more metal here. So we have these like hammered ovals. That's a really pretty light gold. And then this is more of a little brighter gold. We have these daisy spacers. That's a really, really great mix. I'm looking forward to playing with these things and see if we can maybe hammer them or something. That's a great mix. Like beads for days. That's a big mix. I'm not trying to say it's, you know, I'm just saying in the nicest, most respectful manner. That's a big mix, friends. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we're just going to change our configuration here. And we're going to look at another mix. Oh, gosh, those are so pretty. All right, so next we are going to look at the Cleopatra mix. Again, I have to do this thing here off camera. Because I'm just not set up that way, my friends. I'm just, you know, a meager, everyday person. I don't have money for all that, you know, 19 hours of therapy a week. All right, let's see if we cracked the seal. We did. That's working out rather well, I have to say. Ooh, look at this mix. So here we have all of our beautiful, like, blues and golds. There are some, excuse me, guys, with the goldstone. We have a little, tiny bit of a browner tone here. So, but we have mostly cool, right? Mostly cool on this side. So now here we have a little bit of warmer with these brighter golds and these oranges. Of course, these whites are on the cool side, but that's a beautiful mix. Holy smokes. My friends, that's a right proper cone right there. She is buffet. Ooh, I love these kind. I don't know. Some of these have like the silicone on the inside. I don't know if these do, but some of them do. These look like they don't. But some of them do have that silicone. But check that out. So it's like an electroplated glass. They do that design over these glass barrels. We have a couple of those. And then we have some of these beautiful glass hishis in this orange color. They almost look like African glass. They're very pretty. Oh, what is that? Look at that spacer. That's really pretty. Oh, I love that. We have some of these like white sparkly. They kind of have like a dusting of sparkle. And a little bit, hold on, we're not focusing. They have like a little bit of a dusting there. And just a little color transition. Those are super fun. Ooh, we also have some of these gold spacers. Look at those. Those are fancy. And then these. Oh, these are really pretty. So these are like a twist. And this beautiful little apricot shimmer. You see that twist? There's your hole. Those are really pretty. That's a beautiful mix, my friends. I love that mix. We're going to put that there. They mesh so well together. Okay, and next we are going to look at the Valley of the Kings metal chain. And I'm super excited about this chain. JJB chain is some of my favorite. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, yes. And I also think we're going to use this in today's design as well. I think we're going to make a double-stranded bracelet. We're going to do beads on one side, and then we're going to do chain for the other strand. Beads for one strand, chain for the other. Look how beautiful. And this gold color, it's hard to say. It's almost like an ivory gold. It's hard, I don't know. I think it might be plated. I don't know if it's an enamel, but it's so pretty. So here's like, this is the real soft gold here. So it's like a little bit, almost like a white gold, if you will. And then here's the little bit more of the brighter gold. And you'll definitely see the difference there. It's beautiful though. I love that Valley of the Kings. So pretty. All right, guys. And next we're going to look at Pharaoh Focal Pendant. Here she is. Oh, pretty. And this is the same color as the chain. Oh, no. Well, maybe we won't use the chain in today's design, friends, because I had thought we were gonna, I'll find a different chain, but this is the same exact color of gold. So I think we will keep these together. And it has this pretty little bauble in the middle. A bunch of loops, of course. We'll do some dangles. But I think we'll definitely do a project with this chain and this focal because they are that same color. Hold on. There we go. They are that same exact color. All right, guys, we've still got a couple more things to look at here. Next, we're going to look at the Blue Lotus metal focal pair. Blue. Okay, here we go. Look at that little Anubis dog. I think that's what the dog is, right? Anubis. Listen, I've watched The Mummy a lot. Okay, because that Brendan Fraser, yeah, he's cute. And then did y'all see The Rock and the Scorpion King? Oh my goodness. Anyway, here we go. Look at those. So they are curved, which is kind of neat. If you can see that curvature. So there's the back of one and here's the front. And they have several holes, guys. So you know what that means. That means they can be a part of our brick stitch journey. Matter of fact, I think that's what Jody said in her unboxing. She was going to do some brick stitch. Yeah. I think brick stitch would be fun. Okay. Next, we are going to look at Sacred Scarab Charm and Focal Set. So that's this little guy. And you know what is another thing I love about these containers? When we use up all the beads, then we have extra bead containers. What? Is this one taped? Oh, this one's not taped, y'all. Oh, look how cute. Okay. Oh, so these are silver. That's interesting. So these are like some kind of like eye. They do look like they are. This does look like to appear to be the back because it has a little bit different texture. And then this is a little bit smoother. So I believe this is the front. And they have this eye design. I don't know. It's like a hieroglyphic, I guess. Those are super cute. And look at this guy. Hold on a second because I just want to treasure him. You know, guys, it almost looks like, as I was putting this one down, it almost looks like the head of Anubis. Doesn't it kind of almost look like a dog here? And that's his eye and his ear. And I'm not sure what that is. Maybe his, I don't know. But it almost kind of looked to me like Anubis there for a second. But I believe it is some kind of eye. I just see what I like to see. Anyway, let's look at this little guy. He's a little tiger eye scarab. Oh my gosh. And Jody said he's the cutest little scarab she ever saw. Guys, I can confirm. I can confirm. Oh my gosh. He is just, we're going to have to do, maybe put him as part of this necklace. I don't know, but he is stinking sweet. All right, guys, we have one more thing to look at, and this is the papyrus seed bead set. Okay. I'm not need to open these. There you can see. They look to be like seed bead, I guess they say. I don't know. I guess it's like a 8-0. I'm not sure what size that is. It looks to me like a 2mm glass pearl, but they say seed bead, so I believe them. I don't know much about these things, but that's how big they are. And I think we might, well, I was going to use these with our bracelet today, but I was also going to use this chain, which I'm not. But here it is, friends. Here is the October 2025 Ancient Egypt. I love everything. There's nothing here that I really don't like. I even like these big bead caps. I think they're cute, the cones. But now I don't know what to make, because originally what I had thought was we were going to do, let me see how much of this chain is here. I wonder if I have enough where I could use it for 2 projects. So, I mean, it's a pretty substantial length. We might still be able to use, what I had originally thought was to make a bracelet using these, and then we were going to use the these in between to kind of space it out a little bit. And then I thought we could then also do a piece of this chain. But now I don't even know if I love that. So now I have some thinking to do, friends. But I also wanted to see if we could hammer some of these. So what if we, it's going to be like 2 o'clock in the morning and Carl's going to be hammering. And then a half hour later, the police will show up. No, officer, I swear my husband is safely tucked away, sleeping in bed. So let me think here. Let's see. Let me bring out a shopping cart, shall we? I think we used pink earlier. Okay. Let's bring in a purple shopping cart for today's expedition. So let's see, Kyle. Do we want to still make a bracelet? I also just kind of want to string this up and call it a necklace. That is so pretty. But that would be so boring, right? Or I might just make this a stretch bracelet or something for myself. Off camera. I don't know. That's stinking gorgeous. I don't know, friends. I think maybe we still make our bracelet. So let's grab these and put these in the shopping cart. I don't think we're going to use that chain, though. I think we're going to save that chain. I'm going to put these gold seed beads in the shopping cart. She can sit up in the front she's like in the front there. Well, do we want to put anything else? Do we want to make a second strand, or do we just want to make a simple, I don't know. Seems awfully boring, doesn't it? Oh, maybe we put our tiger eye guy in the middle of there. I don't know if I like that. I feel like this is going to be kind of boring, I think. I don't know. Decisions. I wonder what we could hang off of here. Maybe we could make a quick necklace. But what kind of metal, guys, would you use for this? Like, would gold look pretty with it? Let's see. That's pretty. Look at that. Oh, what do we feel about these hanging off of that? Oh, you guys. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's why we have these in here. Hold on a second. Let's count how many holes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes. Okay. So let's see if we have 8 of these. 3, 4. Just pull the bowl over, Gal. I think we might, guys. 4, 5, 6. We do. 7, 8. I think we actually have 10. 9. But I don't know if I'm going to use, I might want to use something different as the middle focal. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to put that there just in case. Oh, and look, guys, we have a whole bunch of them, actually. I'm just going to take them all out now and separate them. We have a ton of them. They're like multiplying in the dish. I'm moving stuff around and they're just multiplying. Okay. So I'm kind of digging that. So maybe we'll make a necklace. I don't know if we're going to hammer them, but we'll see. I might hammer one off camera just to see how it goes. And yeah. And so, okay. So let's put all of these into our cart. That's so satisfying. Okay, we're going to put this guy in our cart. We're making a necklace. I had no idea that's what we were going to make today, friends, but here we are, making necklaces. Okay, it's going to be kind of a simple necklace, I feel like. So here's the question. What beads do we want to use? So we have orange in the middle there. So that would lend me to believe that maybe, should we take this apart and harvest? So we got 3 of those, right? We could use some of those, would match, and then we could bring in some of these hishis, and then also maybe we could bring some of these in. Okay, so let me pull these into our shopping cart. Also, do these match? I might pull these into our shopping cart too. Actually, I'm going to pull all the spacers except for these big ones. I didn't show you these guys because I didn't see them. They also have these little spacers too. I'm going to throw all of these spacers into our shopping cart. I'll get the rest later. I'm also going to throw this strand into the shopping cart. Now, do I want any? No, I think we're going to leave this separate. I'm also going to throw papyrus back into the shopping cart. I'll get the rest of those spacers. Now, here's the question. Do we want anything from here? I don't know. I was thinking, I think I should save these for earrings since we have a pair. These are pretty. I might bring some of these in. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I don't know, guys. So let me go ahead and brew on this for a while. I don't think we're going to be bringing any of these in. I do think in the future, at some point, I'm going to make earrings with these two. Because they're beautiful. I think we're definitely going to make some earrings with those for sure. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get some supplies together, and we'll be right back. Okay, friends, and we are back. And so yesterday I started filming this, well, it was technically today. Happy Saturday, at 1 a.m. It is now 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. So, you guys, what happened was I started hammering my my teardrops. Yeah, and I woke Wayne up. And so I had to stop. And then I thought, well, let's do a different design. But then I thought, no, I really kind of want to continue this design. So I'm bringing my hammer out because we are going to hammer one of these together. Yeah, and so I had to put a little kibosh on it last night. I was still designing though, guys, because I can't ever do anything simple. I have to always do extra, right? Oh, this isn't enough, or this isn't enough. And while I think this is a pretty simple necklace, and this is a pretty simple component, I don't know. I did put some thought into it. But let's go ahead and texture one of these teardrops. So you see we've got these teardrops. I'm going to bring you guys down a little. That's up. Sir, thank you. All right, so we are going to texture, and I'm going to use this hammer. So this is like a ball peen hammer. It's got a flat end here, and it's got the ball. I guess that's the peen, and that's the ball. Listen, ball and peen. I'm not really sure that whoever came up with the name for this hammer thought this out, but here we are. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hammer on the peens, on the ball side. Never the peen. Anywho's. And so this is going to be the back. I am going to have a back and a front. And so this is going to be the back. And we're just going to lightly tap, tap, tap. I just want to lightly texture the back just so it doesn't look so smooth. And so what we're doing is, and I'll show you in a second, and we're just making very careful that we don't. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to tell you that if you're sensitive to noise, go ahead and mute your phone. And I'll give you a thumbs up. Well, I'll try to give you a thumbs up when I'm done. So I will show you in a second, and you do want to make sure. Hold on one second, because I actually have this other little bead mat guy that makes this a little bit quieter. All right, so this is enough for the back. So what you see is we're just putting little dimples into that metal. And so what happens is it just looks like a little more shimmery. And I'll show you, this will be the front, and we are going to texture the front a little bit more. So what I will do is I'll go here and I'll put my fingernail right there at the very tip. And I'll just start at the bottom here or the top. It doesn't really matter. Make sure you're getting the ends, guys, but make sure you're not like squishing those ends out, because we want to keep it smooth. We want to keep the teardrop shape. Okay, so then I'll kind of flip it around, and then we'll do the top. And also you want to be careful with the top, that you don't want to, like, I just dinged it right there. It's still okay, but you want to make sure you don't distort that hole too much. So just be careful kind of tapping around that. Okay, and then we're going to go around the sides again, and then I'm just going to flip it out here one more time, because we want this guy textured to the nines, my friends. We want it textured to the nines. All right, that means lots of texture. All right, I think that's plenty. Okay, so so this is what we have. See how this one is a lot more textured, picks up a lot more of that sun. Now, if you're seeing little areas here that just maybe need a little fine-tuned tapping, there we go. And I think this one is looking good. Nice and textured. Also, a feel around here. This is still smooth. So no problems there. All right, guys, it's that easy. And it's also fun because, you know, you can take out some pent up aggressions, you know, if you were maybe fighting with the husband or the kids or something and you just want to just hit something, but you can't hit them, guys, because it is still frowned upon in this country. Domestic violence is a real thing. You don't want to do it. You can get in big trouble. Also, it's not nice, right? So go ahead and take out your stuff and do some texturing. All right, so let's bring out some components here for this necklace. So that is actually for the earrings. All right, so what Kyle has decided to do, here's our component. And here's our chain, guys. And I measured this chain and we got like 3 feet of this chain. So I decided to take some of it apart. And now I got a big knot in it. What is going on, friends? All right. So as you will see, this component has 9 loops. So there's definitely a center loop, which is nice. Most of these kind of components will have an odd amount. So you can have a center loop because you want that dangle ideally to be the longest dangle because we're going to do a taper, right? I like to do tapers with these kinds of things. But I discovered, so I had beads here, and then I thought I'd do chain here, and then beads, and then chain, and then beads. But what I discovered with the beads at the end, because this is more up on the curve, the beads didn't hang very nice, guys. I went through probably like 3 or 4 different series of beads here, and I didn't like how any of them sat. So we're going to do chain there, which I think is going to be fun. So yeah, sorry guys, I'm still doing the allergies and all that. So we're going to do chain, a string of beads, chain, a string of beads, chain, a string of beads, chain. And I have not put this together yet. I put our elements together, I measured our chain, and I've done stuff like that, guys, but I have not fully assembled it yet. So I don't know what it's going to look like. Okay, so here's one of our arms, and this is what we are looking like. This is for one of our outer arms. So we had 3 of these. I essentially took apart that one strand that I said I wasn't going to take apart, or I was going to strand it up together. We took it all apart. So there was 3 of these on there. So that's why I thought we'd have 3 main beaded arms so we can showcase these. And I believe they are a rainbow jasper. They look like a rainbow jasper. But I thought they matched that really well. Then we brought in some of these orange discs, and then we brought in the different color blues. So this is going to be one of the arms that sits over to the side. And we're going to make one of those together. Also, I have a mess ton of jump rings here. Let's push these jump rings out here to the side. These are all 5mm jump rings. Now, I did use 4mm jump rings, and I attached our drops to our chain. So how I measured the chain, and this chain is very easy to measure because the links are large, right? So what I did was I measured in links. So we have 2 links that have 4. This one I think has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one has 5. So, right? 1. Yeah, so the one with the 5, there should be 2 with 5, right? I'm asking you guys, like you put the necklace together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 2, so this will go here. Then we'll have a middle drop, and then the 2 with the 5 will go on the either side of the middle drop. And then we have 2 that have 4, and they will go next to, boop, boop. Okay, right. They will go next to that drop. So they'll go next to that drop. And then we have, wait, this one has 4 too. What's going on here? Oh, this is the one with 5. Okay, you're right, Kyle. All right, that's the one with 4. And then we have little ones with 3, and they're going to go on the end, okay? And then these 2 drops are for our other 2 arms. So this is basically what we're looking like. I don't know. Looks like fancy spaghetti. But here we go. All right, now I did put these on a pin to remind me how to put them together. Now you'll notice this is the one arm and this is the other arm. So the one is definitely a little bit longer. So this is our centerpiece. And I just repeated this series of he, she's here just to kind of make up that length a little bit. But otherwise it's the same. All right. So now we're going to bring in some 20 gauge wire. And I thought this wire, I think it complements this piece. This is a little bit of a different color gold. It's kind of almost like a yellow. Sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I'm just, the post-nasal drip. I feel like, I don't know. It's a different kind of paint. Like it's it's like a yellow gold, but it's not really gold. It's more like yellow. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's different. It's pretty. It's just different. Like it feels coated or something. You know what I'm saying? Like has some kind of coating on it. Okay. So we have this 20 gauge wire, and I do like to use the 20 gauge. Oh, I actually have a piece cut here. I do like to use the 20 gauge because we're just going to make simple loops. And I think with the 22 gauge, I don't like to do simple loops with that because I just feel like it's not strong enough. Right. So I'm going to bring in this. You guys know I like to use my, these are memory wire loopers, but I like to use these to make my eye pins. So I'm going to go ahead, put that in there so it's nice and flush. We don't want to feel any wire. I'm going to hold it here with some tension, and I'm just going to turn myself a loop until we get this little funky P shape. And then we're going to grab our special neck breaking pliers and we're going to go ahead and put them in the V. I'm also going to put my fingernail right directly under that. And as I turn this hand, I'm going to kind of push my finger forward and we're going to center that up. And I did overturn this a little bit, so let me just fix that. Maybe not the best example there. But there we have that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to open this loop. Just going to work hard in it, just a little tap, 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 tap. Then we're going to open this loop and I'm going to insert one of our drops. Now, like I said, guys, these drops are front and back, so you just have to find the side that is textured more. Uh-oh, husband's coming in. I heard the door. And then there we go. So now we attach our drop here. That's the front, right? Yep. All right, so let's assemble one of these arms. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, we'll do the big one. That's fine. Just take my little pin out of here. I know that's cheating, guys, but I did this design last night, and there's no way I would have remembered what they look like if I didn't. So we're going to do one of these papyrus little, you know, they came in the little seed beads. And we're going to lay one of those on first. And then we're going to lay on one of these discs. And we got a whole mess ton of these little discs in that on that strand. It was amazing. Along with all these hishis. So we're just going to stack up some hishis here. Right? And then we're going to slide on another one. And then we're going to do another papyrus seed bead. And because I kind of, and then we're going to do this larger disc. Because I kind of like how that, like, I don't know. It almost looks like it's floating, but it's not. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to put on this large orange wheel, and then we're going to put on another of those larger ones. Okay, we're going to do a seed bead, and I think these are like a 10-0. They're not, maybe an 11-0, guys. I don't know. I think they might be an 11-0. It's hard to say. Okay, and then we're going to put on our gemstone, and then we're going to put on another seed bead. So this is our middle arm here. There that is. So let's see, that's the front. Okay. So we're going to bend. We're just going to make, like I said, simple loops. And we want to make our loops going the same way as the one on the bottom. And we want to make sure that those are all lined up. We're going to make our bend. And then I am going to use my finger to measure a decent cut here because these are pretty thick. So we want to make sure that goes over there nicely and it doesn't get bunched up. So I'm going to use my finger here to make that cut, and then we're going to roll it back. Roll that beautiful bean footage. All right. Oops, not like that. No, oh my goodness, what is happening? Carl, what are you doing here? Okay, going to roll that, break that neck a little bit, center her up, right? And we've got that. Came out actually pretty nice. Close that a little bit, and then you can do your plier trick and make sure that your loops are going in the same direction here. Carefully, gently. All right, so that's our middle portion, and now let's do another one for our end portion. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be enough wire. I don't think so. So I'm going to cut another piece here. I don't know about how long. Maybe 3 inches. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just straighten this out. I just opened up this new pack of wire yesterday, so it's still a little kinky. Kinky boots. Okay, and we're just straightening that wire out. Oh, I have these Energel pliers, which, guys, you can find from Bead. They're really nice. They're in the designer plier series. I know a lot of friends ask about them. They're very nice. Just forewarned, the cutters aren't great, but the pliers are all very nice. It comes with 3 pliers and a cutter, not these cutters, with a different cutter. All right, so again, we're going to go ahead and make our, oops, wrong side. I'm going to go ahead and make our eye pin. Okay, making that P shape, that funky P. Putting our nail and our pliers here and bending all of that back, and that will center that up. Okay, then we're just going to tap, tappity tap, a little bit of work hard in there. I just like to do this for necklaces especially, because sometimes they get pulled on, and you know, you want to make sure that your work stays in place. All right, okay, and now we're going to assemble this arm, which is this guy here. Okay, and this will be assembled just like the first arm was. Not the one we just did, but the first one. Okay, so we're going to do a seed bead, and then we're going to do our little platform. We're going to do just a stack, 1 each, right? And then we're going to do another platform, seed bead. We're going to do one of these big platforms, chunky orange wheel, another big platform, seed bead, gemstone, and then another seed bead. Okay, so that's what we have. I just think that's a fun little configuration. I don't know. Okay, find the front and the back. So that's the front. So we'll turn the front there. And then we will make our bend here. Again, simple loops, bend going the same way, right? Chomp that down. And then we're going to measure with our finger here. So I'm going to put this wire right up against my finger, and I'm going to bring my cutter and use, it's up against my finger, use that as a guide, and then cut, right? And so you should get the same sort of cut every time. This one might be a little bit bigger than the last loop, but that's okay. They're going to be staggered from each other, so you're not really going to notice. That's kind of a little bit of a bigger loop, but that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You can always make it a little smaller too if you just want to cut just this little tippy piece off, right? And then we can go in here with our oh, I just used the wrong one, didn't I? Oops. That's all right, Call. I'll just use, listen, if it's a tool on my desk, I'll just use it. That's not so bad. There we go. And then we want to make sure that our loops are all going in the same direction. So again, we'll do the little plier trick where we put our in between and do that. So we know that's good. All right, guys, all of our arms are done, and now we can assemble, and I'm excited about that because this project's literally been like 12 hours now. All right, so let's lay out our guys. So that's this guy. That's our middle guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our 5 piece. That's our other 5 piece. That guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and then that guy. So that's how we're going to lay that out. All right, let's get to it, friends. So I got a bunch of 5mm jump rings here. And oh, that one's a different color. I don't know. I tried to separate the colors because these particular jump rings are all kind of in this, and there's 2 different golds. So anyway, but we only need them for the chains. These guys we're going to attach right from the pin. All right, let us start, shall we? All right, we are going to start with our smaller chain, and we're going to work from one side out. All right. And I did not, like I said, I did not test this first, and I'm going to make sure this is on the right side. Yep. I did not test this first with the jump rings, so I'm hoping everything still hangs nicely. Okay. And then we'll make sure we close those. I did try it with a 4mm, and I thought that it was a little bit tight in there. I don't need to, okay, that's good. So then that's our first guy. It's really pretty. See, now if I had beads on here, the beads would be knocking, and it wasn't a good look, friends. Just trust me. I've never led you astray, and I'm not going to start. It wasn't a good look. It was kind of like, I don't know. That's enough, call. They understand. They get it. All right. Let's do our next guy. And what I like about these, and I'll show you where I cut the chain in it, because we're going to cut it for the length. But what I like about these are the links are all front facing. So everything kind of lines up with the jump rings. Oh, look. Oh, I almost saved it. Oh, well. Gotta put another one. The jump ring fell off. I'm sure you saw that. Struggle bus already. Okay. This is a 4-piece. Make sure that the front, okay, and there we go. Hook that in. And make sure those jump rings are closed. No daylight. Guys, what are you doing tonight? You know, Danielle's live at 5 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys will join us for that. Okay. Oh, it's coming together, friends. It's coming together. All right. So now I think we're going to put our first arm on, which is this guy. Let's hope it sits well. Okay. I think I made those loops big enough that they will sit nicely. You got to kind of sometimes, thank you. You got to kind of sometimes, you know what, bring in your smaller pliers. Finicky work here. We don't want to damage anything, bend anything. Okay. Oh, it's coming. Oh no, did that flip upside down? Okay, there we go. It's coming together. All right, guys. Let's do our next chain. Alrighty. So guys, this was a fun box, right? Oh, that's the wrong side. That's the front side. Yes, okay. I'm enjoying, I'm looking forward to working with that other bead mix, the light blue one, with the capri blues and stuff. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. I had thought about adding some of those beads to this design, but I really like this this strand. Danny, okay, here's our middle arm. She's trying to politely let me know that something is troubling her outside. Okay. This loop I made just a little bit smaller for whatever reason. That's okay. It's fine. Okay, let's give her a peek. You guys. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm happy. I wasn't sure. I'm singing a sigh of relief, my friends, because I was not sure how this was going to turn out, and it was kind of a labor of love. I was up until about 4 o'clock in the morning playing around with design ideas for this necklace. Not that it's that elaborate and you can tell, but I was going through a lot of different sequences of beads. I just wasn't happy with a lot of things that I was doing. So I just had to keep taking it back to the drawing board, friends. And sometimes you have to do that, right? Sometimes the ideas just pour out like without any kind of, they're just like, hey, here we are, inspiration. And you just like, ooh, I got lucky this time. And then sometimes the inspiration is hidden deep within, friends. And we have to go search for it. But we found it, I think. Oh, okay. This is going to be an awkward close here. There we go. I'm trying to get my little tool in here. Boop, boop, boop. Just need a little room there, governor. I love it. I love it. All right. Oh, no. 2 more chains, friends, and we're gonna gaze upon this masterpiece. I made a similar necklace. There's a big thing of cat fur on my hand. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I made a similar, there was a bead box not too long ago, and I'm not going to say who because that would be rude, but who also had a similar theme. And I also made a similar necklace, which I have not finished. I did finish it, and then I took it apart because I was going to make it for you guys. And then I went on vacation and didn't get to it. And so now it's sitting somewhere over there in a cup waiting to get reassembled. But now I'm afraid that it's very similar to this, and that would look like I was repeating myself. So I don't know if you guys still want to see that one, if I should just put it together in my own spare time. I wish I hadn't taken it apart now, but you know, I had fully intended to do a demonstration with it, and then I just ran out of time. All right, guys, let's gaze upon. I'm going to pull you guys up a little bit now. You don't need to be so in depth here. It's beautiful. And you see how like that light just really, it catches on to those, did I put this one keeps flipping over. This one is I put on the wrong side. Just 1 second, please. But as the sun kind of picks up those little hammered links there, so we'll just turn it around this way. That just made the most sense for some reason. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's put this guy back in there. Oh. I might have to get him a different jump ring. I bent that one up a little bit. Oh, it's good. Okay. I'm going to lay it down so we can see the spacing properly. So the middle one is just a slightly bit longer, but I think overall that's pretty good spacing. I would typically like this down a little bit more, but I think because we made that loop a little bit smaller, had I made that loop just a little bit bigger, you know, just it would be a skosh. I mean, it still looks like good alignment there. And I'm going to go with it, but yeah, I would have liked it a little bit longer. And I think it was that, I made that loop a little too small. Okay. So this is the chain that we have left after making all of that. So let's decide. Oh, I got to pause real quick, friends. Okay, friends, we're back. Sorry, I had to, had to run to the bathroom. I took some fiber yesterday, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so here's our necklace. Now, I want to measure, and I have our beautiful, from Jody. I always think of Jody when I bring this out. Hello, beautiful bestie. So I'm going to measure from this here and see about how long we have, how many inches we have left. Okay, so we've got about 22 inches. That sounds good. Trying to think about how long I want this necklace. Probably not quite 22 inches. Because I'm thinking do we want this to sit at like, I don't want it to hang too low. I kind of want it to sit a little bit closer up to the, not necessarily a choker, but let's say about 19 inches. Let's see what 19 inches look like here. Because we also, oh guys, I didn't even get a clasp. You know what? Let's do 18 inches because I still have to do a clasp and jump rings. So let's see where that leaves us. So I'm going to measure from that first link. Let's see. Of course, that's Bobo that just busted in like the popo. I don't have it on the right side. Why would I do that? Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this piece. So this is how I cut this chain. So you'll see that there's little inner gaps here. And in between the links, and then if you turn them onto the side, these little things will sometimes move, sometimes they won't, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. So you will turn that to the side, and this one I already kind of cut, so I can pull that one off. I'll show you how I cut the other one. Okay, but you want to have this side exposed. Okay, so we're going to measure from that side. Oh my goodness. The measuring is always the hard part, friends. If it's not the math that gets me, it's my own fumbly fingers. All right. So Okay. So let's see what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to cut this one right there, which is right below 18 inches. Because when we add our clasp, it'll take us to, should we go one less? You know what? Let's go one less. So let's cut this guy here. And see, this kind of thing, you can get it to slide over a little bit to expose more of that side. And then I'll just get my cutters. And this is not, I don't know if this is real metal alloy. I'm not really sure, friends. But it just cuts really well. So I'll just take it in here. And you can cut across, but you do take the risk of damaging your link. So I'll just cut one side, and it's fairly easy to cut. I'll move the chain to the side, and then I'll cut this side. Okay. And then that will just break free, and then you can pop this guy off, and then this link will just slide off. Okay. So here's our chain. So we have this little scrap chain. That's a decent little piece. We can do some earrings or something. I do have earrings coming up with this. Of course we do, darling. We don't not do earrings. So I also have to find a clasp because I forgot to think about that. Let's see. I mean, it's a pretty substantial necklace, so we'll get a decent sized clasp. We'll just get one that matches well. I think that lighter one matches a little bit better. All right. Also, we want to make sure that it does its thing, and it does. Looks good. All right. So now we actually, unless we want to do a, we have to actually cut this chain again. So let's see. Hopefully we have a middle. Oh, we do. Looks to be this guy here. Nope. Let's see. So let me grab one of these pins. And what I will do is I will put one side of this chain in here. Right? And then I'll put the other side. And then I'll bring it to its center. And it looks like we're going to be, okay, it looks like that's our center. So we're actually going to lose another link, but that's okay. That's why sometimes it's good to maybe start out with a little extra. Okay. And then we're going to cut this one. I probably should have cut myself 18 inches, but that's all right. Because I really feel like this necklace should be like, you know, worn kind of. I'm just going to go and cut this since I don't care about that link. I'm going to cut them at the same time. Okay. But I don't know. I just think this type of necklace should be worn a little closer up the neck. Just so, because if it's down too low, how are you going to see how beautiful that this fans out, right? This has got to lay up against your chest so you can see the beautiful fanningness of it. All right, so this guy is still on here, so let's throw this guy on here and make sure we're even. Okay, so again, bringing those together, laying that down, and seeing they are even, and they are even. Okay, so there's our length. And I pulled some more jump rings out. Now, I think, and this is pretty heavy, so I'm going to use, I believe, 2 jump rings per each side. So we're going to take our first jump ring, and these are those 5mm jump rings. I would use the thicker stainless steel ones, guys, but they're in like a different color gold, and I don't know. It's not my favorite. Okay, and then it doesn't matter which side. We could also put some dangles on there, some more chain dangles. If we wanted. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but you could. Okay, right, so that's good. And then we're going to grab one more jump ring, and we're going to give it the double jump ring trick, right? Keep it more safe. Okay, we're going to pick this up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this through our link. Or actually, you know what? Let's put it through the component first, and then we'll put it through our link. And you want to make sure, no, we'll do it through the link first. Guys, listen. Put it through the link. This side. Well, I don't know. I just got to put it through. There we go. Put that through the link. And then we'll put this through and make sure, hold that other jump ring down if you must. Make sure that other jump ring is not involving itself. That was awkward. I haven't done that in a while. I forgot which side to put it on, but that's okay. We found out together. But make sure that other jump ring is not involving his self in things that aren't his business. Okay, so then if you did that properly, then both of your jump rings will sit side by side. And they do. And that kind of just gives it a little bit of extra protection. It's kind of a small area down here, so the one jump ring is a little bit higher than the other one. But that's okay. They're separated, right? Yeah, they are. They're separated. Okay. Or did I put one on top of the other? You know what? I might have. Guys, let's try the other side and see if we can do that a little better. I don't know what I did there. Okay. Let's try it again, shall we? Okay, we might have to fix that other side real quick. Because I think I did it. I think the one jump ring did come over and not mind its business, friends. I think it did. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. He was like, I don't know. What's the tea over here? I smelled some Sanka going, and I saw you had some pound cake and Simmons, the good pound cake. So I decided to involve myself. That was what the jump ring was saying. I can't say I blame him, though, because Entenmann's are really good. It's one of my favorite. Entenmann's are one of my favorite snack cakes. Guys, if you're from Philly or you know anything about Philly, you would know about Stock's pound cake. I'm sure, guys, in your area, you probably have, like, okay, let's try the component first. I'm sure you probably have, like, you know, a place that you like to get your cakes and stuff from. You probably have, like, a favorite bakery. In Philly, it was Stock's. Was one of them, but okay. And then we're going to kind of hook this jump ring into the link here, making sure not to involve the other jump ring. That was perfect, except that I dropped it. Let's try that again. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get this guy into its link. Okay. And then we're going to bring this chain up and kind of fold it in there in a way. Now, see how that jump ring fell away? He's minding his business. That's what the other jump ring should have done. So there we go. Oh my God, the traffic that's coming in this house today. I guess, there we go. See, those are laying next to each other. Maybe that's the same. It just, no, I feel like those are intertwined a little bit. Okay, it's all right. Let's remove one, shall we? And see what's the haps is here. Probably gonna have to get another jump ring. Okay. Bless you. And that's okay, because we have some extra ones here. But, Holmesburg Bakery. So, in Philly, I lived in a neighborhood called Holmesburg. So, if you guys, Philly is kind of like New York, where New York is made of a bunch of, like New York City is made of a bunch of boroughs, where Philadelphia is made up of a bunch of neighborhoods and sections. So, I lived in Holmesburg, and we had a bakery there that just had the best, most amazing, okay, see, that worked out that time, donuts. Just, oh my gosh, cream-filled donuts, sugar powdered cream-filled donuts. Oh, I can't even tell you guys. The next time I go, I keep saying I'm going to stop at the bakery, and I just never do. But I will have to show you. Okay, guys, here we are. There she is. Oh, so pretty. All right, now we just got to put our clasp on, and then we'll make some super cute, real fast, simple earrings, guys. Since this is a little bit more of a, you know, a to-do here, we made simple earrings. So if I have a simple necklace or a simple bracelet, then sometimes I will make, and we're just going to do, this is the loop for our jump ring. I will sometimes make more elaborate earrings, but if I make a more elaborate bracelet or a necklace or something, and I make earrings to go with it, they'll usually be a little bit more subdued. Not some dude, my friends. Not some dude. Subdued. Not to be confused with that dude. Okay. That's enough call. All right. So I'm just going to hold this up to make sure. I'm going to put the lobster on the... Oh, see? See, friends? It had a knot in it. That's why you got to do stuff like that. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened to you, friend? I'm sorry. Did I mistreat you? There we go. Okay. I probably did, but he forgave me. All right. Let's see. Let's run this. Oh, we dropped the jump ring again. Gosh. Okay. There we go. All right. Boop, 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 boop. right. And then this will go on like so. All right. Let's give her a go. I'm going to show my husband, get his opinion. Hold on. He's walking through here. Get his honest opinion. He's probably going to say, it's different. Hey, babe.
Yes.
What do you think?
Try not to because it hurts.
Okay, don't cuss. Don't cuss, we're recording. What do you think?
I think it is beautiful.
Are you just saying that because we're recording? Because I told the folks you'd be honest about it. You're not going to tell me it has a beard or something on it?
No, it doesn't look like a beard. Not this one.
This one doesn't look like a beard.
It's not clustered.
Okay. No. Perfect, thank you.
Anytime I can help.
There you have it, guys. It's husband approved. There's our clasp and our necklace. So I think she came out beautifully. I love these hammered links. I'm glad that we took the time to do that because I think it just adds a little bit of extra pizzazz. All right, let's make these pair of quick earrings. Like I said, guys, we're going to do very simple earrings here. It's basically just a stack of our flat beads with some of our spacers and then one of our drops, right? And I just think it's, if our drop would start dropping there. There it is. I just think it's a good little accent. So I don't know, because we are going to do a wrap loop. So I don't think that piece of wire is going to be big enough. So again, we are going to resort to the 20 gauge wire. And I'm going to cut a decent sized piece. Probably about 4 or 5 inches there. Probably about 5 inches. But that's okay because we're going to do some wire wrapping with this one. And with the 20 gauge, the wire wraps are going to be a little bit bulkier. So I just want a little extra wire. Okay, I'm just going to straighten that out. There we go. And then we'll flushy flush. Okay. And then we'll make our little loop here. Our little eye pin loop. Okay. Just like we did with the arms. Okay. Break that back. Center that up. Got your pin. Just going to go ahead and straighten that out. Okay, open our loop. Put our drop on. And guys, I think there was 14 of these drops included in our kit. So I used 9, 10, 11. So I still have 3 drops left. Who knows what we'll do with those 3 drops, friends? Who knows? We might get the impress art out and do some of that. Who knows? But what could we do? We could make like a little necklace with like 1 in the middle and 2 on the side. We could do something like that. All right. So this earring is going to be, we have one of our seed beads, and then we're going to start with one of our smaller platforms. Our lapis hishi, another platform. Then we're going to put these orange wheels in. And we are using the smaller platforms. I had 2 of the larger platforms still available, but I don't know. I wanted to use the same size. Okay. So it's just a little basic stack here. There we go. Nothing crazy. All right. And then we're going to make our loop going this way. And we are going to do a wrap loop. And this is 20 gauge wire. So I'm going to go up, choke up on my wire a little bit. Because we want to get at least 3 to 4 wraps in here. So we're going to go about right there. And then instead of bending my tool, I'm actually going to take the wire and bend it over the tool. And what that does is it creates this little neck in here that we will fill up with glorious wraps, my friends. Glorious, glorious wraps. Okay. I'm going to go about there. Okay. We're going to take this wire and we're going to go over the tool. And then we're going to spin the tool and then continue that path of wire. And then I like to switch hands just because this hand is a dominant wrapping hand. And then I will go ahead. This is where you want to center up all your stuff. Okay, this is the back, so the front is that side. And why that's important is because I'm a little peculiar, and I like to make my cuts in the back. So this way, when I tuck my wire in, you don't see it in the front too much, okay? So we're going to get about 3 or 4 wraps in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to come around for a 4th one, and then we're going to stop, right? We don't want to overwrap, and we also, this is going to tighten this up too, which is really nice, but we don't want to overwrap. So we're going to stop right there. Okay. And then we're going to tuck this in. Be very careful. You don't want to crack your beads up here at the top, right? There we go. And then we also just want to make sure that our loops are, so with this particular one, we want our loops to be crossed because they're going in separate directions, right? So that's looking good. One is going this way, one is going this way. That's exactly how we want that. And there we have it, friends. It's pretty, just a pretty little earring, okay? And then we have our ear wire, and then I will let you guys go. I have to get ready for Danielle. She comes on at 5 Eastern. I don't know if we have a guest today, guys. I think it just might be Danielle and I, which is fine. I don't mind. I love spending time with the bestie. There we go. Super cute, super cute. Here's our necklace, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. I'm sorry it took so long for me to get this out to you. Let me bring it down so you guys can take a peepers at that. I do apologize it took so long to get this out to you guys, but sometimes it just bees that way. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. We've got more stuff to open, guys. I've still got a Gemstone Orphanage yard sale order to open. And she's pretty big, so there's a lot of stuff in there. Plus, I got my Sam's Bead box, and I also got some love mail from Jody today. So we definitely have stuff to look at over the next couple of days, friends. But until then, keep on planting your magical beans. Keep being kind to yourselves and each other. Yeah, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, my friends. And please, by all means, do something for yourself, right? Do something for you. Call's orders. Dr. Call's orders. Okay, guys, bye.